Welcome, this is Tom Rush Reviews. Today we have for you a Gerber. Now this is a discontinued model, however it's oldie but it's not a baddie. I quite like it. I like the steel. It's called a G1833 Gerber Freeman Stag caper knife. Now this is the handle scales are a sandbar stag antler, and as I say, it's got the S30V blade steel, and it definitely performs well. This is the only knife that I believe I presently have that has S30V, so it's a great knife to sort of compare this steel against others. Now, I say this is discontinued. This was discontinued probably over a decade ago now, I'm guessing. So if somebody wants to correct me on that, please do. To help myself and the rest of us. So, but from what I can tell, it looks like about a decade that this has been out of production for. It's a, as the name suggests, a caper knife. Caper being if you've skinned your animal and you want to really get down to the eye sockets, that sort of thing, take it all the fleshy bits. This is the kind of tiny knife, and it is pretty small. To 6 3/4 inch overall from front to back, and it is really good for just getting all those messy bits out. And it's got the Torx T10 screws here on the handle scales, come right off. You can clean them up, boil it all if you want to, and pop it all back together with some lube, bit of oil, and good to go. So really good in the field, really good for dressing deer and that sort of thing, not fully dressing but just the capering of it, and does an excellent job. So have I been out there using this knife with deer and that sort of thing? No, I have not. I live in Australia, and roos are as close as we come, but I can guarantee you it does do quite a good job. It's not the best in its field, but it certainly holds its own, especially with that S30V. The blade steel, the actual choil here, you've got a finger choil so you can get a full 4-finger grip, then you're left with that small caping blade to get in and get all those little nooks and crannies, get them cleaned out. And as you can see, it's got a protruding tang, so it's actually comes up past the handle scales, which you could argue that, okay, that makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. But considering the purpose of this knife, and the purpose of this knife is specifically, purely and simply for caping an animal, and if that's what you're using it for, you're going to enjoy the knife. If you're using it for, let's say, a camping knife or something, it's way too small. Little tiny blade. Let me see what I can compare it to. You've got, you know, the KPL oil, which bottle, which is pretty small, and yeah, it's smaller than that. So it's actually got a sharpened blade length of from tip to the start of the sharpening. No sharpening choil in there, I might add. You're looking at 2.5 inch. Yeah, I would have liked to had a sharpening choil, but I understand why they didn't. It's a caping knife, so you don't really want that getting hooked in there. So I understand why they've done what they've done, and for its purpose, chosen purpose, and it, as I say, does a great job. And I think that's worth keeping in mind with any of these blades, is that you've always got to keep in mind what they were designed to be used for versus what you'd like to use it for. And then you should only really complain if it doesn't do what it says on the packet, which is it's a caping knife. So yeah. What else can I tell you? It's a vertical carry sheath comes with it. So it's leather. It's got a pretty good weld in there. I mean, keep in mind this is I think I bought this back in 2012. So what are we in now? 2023, about to go 24. So it's getting on in years, and that leather, the gluing, the humidity changes we have here in tropical Australia on the coastline, have caused the leather sheath to sort of not split, but it looks like separation. It's not still glued and stitched and doing its job. It's just it has shifted a little bit. Any organic material pretty well, whether it's wood, leather, whatever, will do this in tropical climates. So lucky it's still all in one piece. It has been, you probably see a little bit of mould residue there, and it's certainly when the flood period was on in Australia, it certainly got a lot of humidity. I mean, ridiculous amounts, and everything in the house just unfortunately got mouldy. So that didn't exclude sheaths. So yeah, a bit of a nightmare, but cleaned it up a little bit, and you can hear the squeaking leather. So it's got a clip. I'll just show you how that goes in. It slides in like so, and clicks, and there you go. You've got your. It's not the best sheath. I mean, it serves its purpose and it does it well. It doesn't need to be anything more than what it is. It's not a showpiece. It's a working knife. So yeah, it's okay. It's got a drainage hole down the bottom. Not a great one, but it does exist. Sort of like seems a bit stopped up by its own leather, but nonetheless, I'm sure you could, do a little bit of aftermarket hole punching there and get a little bit more able to have water pass through. But it shouldn't really get wet. I mean, it is leather, but if it does, it does, and it should still work okay. But what else can I tell you about it? It's a brushed blade finish, or at least was when I first got it. It's been sharpened, this thing, many times. So I'll give you a little look at I gave it just a light stropping, just because it wouldn't even cut. But being S30V, it's fairly decent steel, and so as you can see, it's able to, slice fairly well. Light stropping. Yeah, I do like S30V. There's better steels out there, that's for sure, but Spyderco use them, and many others, because it's really easy to sharpen, and has an excellent gets scary sharp, and excellent performer. So anyway, I'm just having fun now, so I'll get rid of that. It is one of the bonuses of this is it is made in the USA. So as you can see there, USA, S30V. Now I believe now they still make a very similar one, if not the same sort of shape, slightly different, but it's made in China. So this is one of the oldies made in the USA. So very happy to have another USA made knife in my collection, and I believe this will be in my collection for a very long time to come, if not until I pass. So then it can be passed on to other knife lovers. I'll make sure that they are knife lovers. So that's probably about it. It cost me $48 US, 12, 13 years, 11, 12 years ago. So yeah, what do I think of that price? Well, it was on special. I really wasn't wanting to get this blade, but they were trying to move stock or whatever at one of the US companies over there that sell warehouses that sell knives, and might have been Knife Center or something like that. And I thought, well, $48 US, I'll take it. I can try this S30V steel, which back then S30V was absolutely super steel. It was fantastic. So yeah, I got it. It had the Stag. That it's not the most beautiful looking stag, but it's not bad. No complaints. I'm not complaining about it. So it's nice to have some real Stag. Nice to have the T10. T10 Torx heads on there so that I can get into it nice and easy. It is a good little one if you're into hunting and processing your deer or kangaroos or whatever else you might be, rabbits, whatever it might be. Might be a little bit big. So there you go. Just a little fella, but yeah, USA made, and I'm liking it. Okay. So thanks very much, and if you liked what you saw, if you can hit the like, and if you'd like to see more content like this, if you could please hit the subscribe. If you have anything to add, if you know anything more about this particular blade, the steel, or anything else that you'd like to make a comment about, please do. Love to hear from you, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks very much. That's all. Tom Rush, Rush Reviews. Bye-bye.